Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. Found an article here. I was going to do a video on MJ and come across this one, and it's kind of a 2-for-1. So this is MSOS that I've talked about here on the channel versus MJ, which I've also talked about and own quite a bit of. MJ I have for a couple years, which is the Better MJETF. One focuses on U.S. companies, the other looks globally. One of these ETFs has two distinct advantages, and I feel they're both good, but we'll go over the points here in the article. And as you can see, this one's just dated yesterday, of course, 4/20. Did a bunch of MJ videos yesterday, but did not do any ETFs. I feel if you're in MJ, you need to have a couple ETFs just to diversify. They're a little bit safer, plus you also get a dividend on these, so it's kind of a nice point. We'll go over that as well. With several types of ETFs to choose from, it can be complex and confusing, selecting our particular ETF sector. And I got into these a couple years ago. MSOS is a relatively new one, but like I said, I've been in MJ for a couple years now. So two of the most popular ones are the MSOS and the MJ, and we'll go over kind of some comparisons here. This is MJ ETF. Investing in exchange-traded funds, if you don't know what they are, has several benefits of its own. Investing in ETFs ensures your capital is generally well diversified and reduces the overall risk to your portfolio. And we'll kind of go over their holdings here. So the U.S. legal MJ market is expected to witness a CAGR over 21% and reach over $41 billion by 2025. Let's go over the two most popular MJ ETFs that you can invest in. First is MJ. It's a fund that is originally established in 2014. So this one's been around for a little while, and like I said, I've owned it for a couple years. It tracks the Prime Alternative Harvest Index and invests in global companies targeting the global MJ industry. These companies are engaged in the production of legal cultivation and distribution of MJ and MJ-related products. The ETF is traded on the New York Stock Exchange and is highly liquid. Other stocks in MJ portfolio consist of companies that produce pesticides, fertilizers, and plant foods for the MJ and tobacco industry. MJ has over $1.6 billion in assets, with 32 holdings in its portfolio. Advisor shares pure U.S. MJ ETF. MSOS is a relatively new fund as of September 2020. It is an actively managed fund and focuses solely on American MJ companies that include multi-state operators. So you can kind of see the difference between the two. So the comparison between the two, MSOS and MJ, in order to assess which one is better for you, we'll go over some aspects. And I've talked about both of these on the channel here before, so you'll have to go back and find my past videos. I'll try to link those in the description as well, and you can get a little bit more idea on both of these. So they both have an expense ratio. MSOS is a little bit less at 0.74%. while MJ has an expense ratio of 0.75%. Both of these ETFs have a similar expense ratio, and choosing a winner would be splitting hairs. The difference is immaterial. So not much difference. I just currently own MJ. I don't have any of MSOS at the point in time. When I do, I'll make a video about it. Here's some of the top 6 holdings in the MJETF. First is GW Pharmaceuticals. I've talked about all these on the channel here before. And you can see the percentage here to the side. Afria, Grow Generation. I just talked about both of those yesterday. Tilray, Canopy Growth, and Kronos Group. And I own all of those, and I've talked about all of them on the channel here. MSOS, I do not currently own. The holdings are Trueleaf, I've talked about. Green Thumb, I'm pretty sure I've talked about all these. I don't think except Air is the only one that I have yet to talk about, and I don't think I've talked about this one, so not as familiar with those two, but I've heard of good things about Trueleaf, Cureleaf, and Cresco. I've talked about those a couple times here. We can compare the performance of these ETFs from the inception of MSOS on September 1st, 2020 through today, and find that they've delivered roughly the same results. So if we look here, the white line is MJ, and the yellow line here is MSOS. So they have pretty much traded pretty much side by side, the same type of a trade going on. Global versus domestic focus. When it comes to the markets that both these ETF focus and invest in, MSOS only focuses on the US MJ market, whereas MJ focuses on the global MJ market. When it comes to which one of these is better, MSOS has an advantage over MJ because of the wave of legalization after the United States elections and the fact that the regulatory approvals have yet to catch up from those from around the world. With 17 states having legalized MJ in the United States, MSOS has the potential to grow to incredible heights, as US-based MJ companies will benefit a lot from legalization and relaxation of the rules and regulations. And I just went over an article yesterday going over U.S. MJ legalization advocates in a waiting game on Schumer bill. So you might want to check that out. Looks like kind of in a waiting game, getting pushback in regards to infrastructure and whatever else they have on their agenda. That will keep pushing back the MJ part of it, but feel free to pause and go over the rest of this information here. But the conclusion with the question, which is the better ETF, I feel MSOS offers a better investment opportunity when compared to MJ, largely due to the fact that it is solely focused on United States-based MJ securities. Its active management also provides an advantage since it is able to adjust its portfolio quickly based on changes in a rapidly developing industry. And we've all know that the Biden administration will likely bring about several changes in favor of the MJ industry, and these changes could take U.S. MJ companies to new heights and allow ETFs like MSOS to take advantage of this growth. And that's about all the points that I have here on MSOS and MJ. If you'd like to go straight to the source, you can find this on the street, the ETF Focus, and just search for this title and it should come up. As you can see, it was dated yesterday. But if you have MSOS or MJ, go ahead and put that in the comments along with your cost basis and how many shares you have. That would be interesting. In one of my accounts, I just have MJ set up on drip, and it just sits there, and the dividends just keep buying partial shares. I have that set up on TD Ameritrade, and I showed you my well, I haven't went over that yet, so we'll go over here to Robinhood. I have them both pulled up. So the MSOS is currently at 39.58. You can see it ran up to 55.05, 41 to 55 here on the 10th, and it's been down ever since then. Here's what it looks like over the last month. 46 down. You could have bought the dip at 39, then it ran back up and running down again. So these have been kind of volatile here in the last 3 months. Down 3.6% in the last week, and today it's actually having kind of a decent day. Ran up almost $2 here from the opening. So MSOS is here's the volume. The dividend is 0.21 and a market cap of 967 million. And we'll take a quick look here at MJ. You can see this one ran up to 19 to 33.21, and then it's just been trading kind of flat here for the last 3 months. Kind of ran down in the last month. Last week, kind of the same thing, and here's what it's doing today. On this one, I bought some right around the $10 range, maybe $10.50 or something like that in one of my accounts right back in here at the end of August. I was watching this one, wondering how low it was going to go, and then it touched, and I think I bought 10 shares, and as you can see, pretty much doubled it here in 2-3 months, but I'm still holding on to those as well. So you can find some dips on these, but this kind of a dip might be over with by now. But you can see my cost basis still isn't that great here. It's still above what it is, but I've had these for a while, so 28.06, and I haven't added to this account in a while. Small volume, a little bit better of a dividend, 1.52, $1.65 billion market cap. And as you can see, you got 22 cents there, so 2 cents per share in March. Back in December, it was at 10 cents, so it looks like they've lowered their dividend for whatever reason. And it looks like I tried buying some here in this account and it didn't fill at 10.39. A little bit more history on this one. So looks like it was paying 18 cents. I don't know why they've lowered their dividend. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. But at one point they were paying 28 cents, 10 cents. Oh, they were up to 32 cents pre-pandemic. And here's where I bought a share back in September. So this is back when I was buying it. It looks like September of 19 is when I first started getting into MJ. But that's about all I have between these two, MSOS versus MJ. Which is the better? If you want to put in the comments which one you like better at this point in time, I probably like MJ. So it looks like it's a little bit cheaper than MSOS at this point in time, but it all depends how you look at the fundamentals, the long-term growth, and so on. But I'll keep purchasing MJ on the dips and maybe get some MSOS at another time. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. That would really help out the channel and get the videos out to other people, and trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers here by the end of the month or as soon as possible. And if you haven't smashed the like button, hit that, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.